What's up, Group Coach Nation? Let's talk about high ticket offers. So, Matt, super great question. Thanks for posting that in the group. Here's the deal. High ticket offers for anything, done for you services, one-on-one coaching, consulting, done with you services, or high ticket masterminds in the case that most of you guys and girls are going on here. Like, that's what we do here, right, folks? High ticket masterminds. So let's talk about building an offer, a high ticket offer that creates enough sustainable value to justify that high ticket price. That's a really common question and a common worry that a lot of us have. And I'm right there with you. I don't want to create something that people pay for and like, dang it, I didn't get what I wanted out of that, right? Okay, so here's the deal. A couple things play into this. You can give, let's just cover the groundwork first. You can give amazing advice and put an amazing group together and have the best people ever in there. But if those people, typically it's one person in every group, doesn't quite do the work, they're not going to get the results. All right. That's just common human nature. You're going to have somebody in your groups who just doesn't do the work. You can't fix that. That's not a problem with your offer. Let's just be super clear about that. Okay. Don't feel bad about that. It's just part of everyday business. You have that in done for you services. You haven't done with you services and coaching programs. It's the way it is. You can look out there at people who are doing landscaping around your neighborhood. Some landscaping groups have it, some simply don't, and nobody calls them back again. You got to freaking do the work to get the results. Okay, that aside, here's how we think through creating offer when we teach this mastermind process. Hey, what's up, guys? So good to see everybody. I know, right? What's up, JL, buddy? Good to see you, man. So good to see you. Yeah, man. It's so good to have you here, man. It really is. Okay. Here, I love your profile picture there, by the way, buddy. Here's the thing. Let's rock and roll with creating a few high ticket offers in our mind as we go through this process. The easiest thing to sell is money, right? Okay, that's the easy one, and everybody kind of defaults to that. Like, that's too easy. But let's talk about that one because it kind of explains everything else. If you're selling a service or you're selling information in your mastermind and it helps people make more money, all right, that's super straightforward. What kind of money difference will you create in their life if they do the work that you teach them to do for an entire 12 months? That doesn't mean you got a 12-month-long mastermind. It just means you've got a process in place and you're going to teach them to do something. Maybe teach them over 12 weeks. I don't know. But if they keep doing what you say to do and executing, we don't all make money overnight. I get that. But if they do what you say to do over a 12-month period, what kind of difference will you make in their life financially? Now, if you charge them that much money and they keep doing the process for the next 3, 5, or 10 years, they've really come out ahead on that deal. And you might say, Chris, I could make them $1 million worth of difference in their life if they did what I said to do over 12 months. $100,000, $10 million, $10, pick a number. Well, you think, Chris, I don't know that I can charge them $1 million though, dude. I mean, I get it, but yeah, really? No, you might not be able to. Some masterminds cost $1 million to be in, not a big deal. Value is value, but you got to land at a place where you and your market feels comfortable. So let's say you could make $1 million difference in your life. Let's say you're just going to be super conservative. Maybe it's only $500,000. Cool. Well, you're going to charge them $500,000? No, maybe your market doesn't support that. That's okay. Are you going to charge them 10% of that? $50,000 to be in your mastermind for a $500,000 gain? Now we're talking pretty good numbers. If you could show me that you could do that, I don't know why I wouldn't put a $50,000 coin in the machine and pull the lever to get $500,000 out. Why would I not? You say, Chris, I don't think my market's ready for that. I'm not sure they could actually handle that. Like my market doesn't really get that that's the thing, right? Okay, back it down. 25K, 20K. At some point, you're getting ridiculously cheap, and anybody who knows their stuff is going to know if this is any good, it should cost more than this. If you're telling me you're going to make $1 million of difference in my life in a year, why would I pay you $5,000 for that? There's a broken piece there. We know intuitively that if we're going to buy a new Apple iPhone, let's say, it can't cost $5, right? If you're going to buy the Apple iPhone, you're going to spend more than $5. So yeah, I know there's tons of contracts and things out there right now. Like they're giving away for free, it seems like, but you get the idea. So we know intuitively there is a price where something of value costs value. All right. Make sure you're thinking it through that way. So Matt, good question. I know I'm being a little vague there. I think you and I, Matt, are going to have a conversation I saw your name in there, and wow, Jody Anderson, right? Isn't she the best? Anyway, let's talk and sort that out in detail for what you're doing. For those of you who are selling something that's not pure money based, you're selling people a way to save time or increase their relational health or their physical health, something that's hard to connect to. This equals this much money. Then let's think that through. In reality, we all say our personal health and our relational health is worth more than anything, right? So in theory, it's worth more than making an extra $1,000,000 in your business. But right, we all kind of struggle with how to put a price on that. We think education is so valuable for our kids, and yet we pay our teachers the least amount. We think our public safety and security is worth more than anything, and yet we pay our public servants who help us stay safe and secure in our homes less than most jobs. There's disparity here, right? So when it comes to things that are a little more ethereal, it's hard to put a price on it sometimes. But here's how we do that. Look around your market and see what other people are charging. Hopefully you're not the only one building a mastermind or group coaching program or an offer around what you do. If you're the only one out there doing what you do, you're probably not going to make money, because I promise you somebody else has already thought of it, tried it, and failed a bunch. So it's nice to actually look around and say, oh, so-and-so is doing this, and there's 10 other people in the same market. Great. That helps prove that people can make money in the market you're in. So that's okay. Look at what they're doing. Look at what the leaders in that community are doing. And be on that upper to high end side. A mastermind is extremely transformative. You're going to put real heart, time, energy into this thing. And you're going to do a really good job picking the right people to be in your mastermind. And you're going to have to prospect. You're going to have to go through the steps. And it's doable. You can totally do this. We teach you how to do it all the time. But the bottom line is, it's real effort. And more importantly, the information you're bringing to this amazing group of people you're putting in a mastermind is legit. If they do what you say to do for their relationships or physical health, let's say, they're going to be able to change their lives. That's amazing. You need to be able to charge for that. Now, what the value is, I don't know. Look around in your market and think that through, but don't be shy about it. Don't look around your market and say, well, I'm going to be in the bottom 20% of pricing. Look around your market and be in the top 20% in your market in pricing. It's okay. It really is okay. Be there and deliver excellence. You're an amazing person. You've got amazing things to say. Be there and deliver excellence and charge appropriately for that. Now, I'm going to take this one more step, because I hear this a lot. A lot of folks say, particularly in the health, wellness, relationship space, mental health space, things like that, or even in the business space, I hear a lot of typically beginner new coaches and consultants who are going down this path their first time to get to a high ticket offer. They feel, I think, guilty, I guess, about having a high ticket offer that kind of blocks out a bunch of people in the market who can't afford their high ticket offer. This is an important mindset thing to get through. If you go out there and serve everyone in the market, and particularly everyone who can't afford a high ticket offer, you're going to have an extremely hard time ever getting to a place where you have the capacity to truly serve everyone in your market. You really are. If you focus on the high ticket seats first, get those full, deliver amazing value and content and community for the people who can and will pay you the appropriate amount for your services, then what you've done is a couple things. You've ironed out all the processes, the trainings, the teachings, how to really transform people's lives right there with your high ticket buyers. You've also created a lot of time and a lot of money so you can invest in the rest of your market. I love the heartbeat of getting out there and helping so many people with so many issues. I love that. But you got to make sure you can do it sustainably. And I see too many coaches and consultants and high ticket folks who aren't quite high ticket yet, but should be, burning out and never getting to share their talent with the world because they focused on the low tier markets first. Maybe it's a money mindset thing about them and what's going on in their own lives. I'm not sure. But you got to step over that barrier. You got to serve the high ticket audience. You got to build that top rung in the value ladder, because that top rung informs your marketing. It informs your natural organic attraction. It informs the content you're going to create. It informs your checkbook and it informs your time. It helps you build staff. It helps you build an actual sustainable machine. That's super important. Really, really important. Look at I'm just going to use Tesla as an example. They're doing a great job building a lot of cars, right? Whether you like them or not, I don't care. Not the point. They're doing a great job building a lot of cars. They're doing a great job keeping the cars they're building at a relatively reasonable price for the middle market buyer. All right. But their first cars they created early on were really underpriced for what it actually cost them. But here's the thing, they wanted to serve a large market, but they had an enormous amount of investment money behind them to do that. All right. Cool idea, not sustainable for most of us because most of us don't start with a couple $1 billion of investable assets stuck in the bank account so we can go crank out a new cool thing for a lot of people. All right. I know my analogy has lots of ways it can break down. Not trying to go into that. I'm trying to just make a point here. You, in your business, you got to get out there and you got to find not a lot, 10, 15 people who want what you know how to do, want to be in a community, in a mastermind, and want you to take them and other peers like them through this process in a very intentional and transformational way. They want that. There are 10 or 15 people in your market, I promise, who want that and will pay anything to get it. Those are the people you got to serve first. Finding those people, getting in front of them is actually not as hard as you think. You got to find them. You got to get in front of them. You got to invite them to a meaningful offer, and you got to put them in the place that they're trying to get to. Help them succeed. And when you do that, you'll free up cash flow, time, staffing, systems, all the things you need to serve everybody else in the market you want to. Matt, I know we went all over the place with that conversation. Hope that helps, though, on some basic pricing conversation structure. And for the rest of you, just sorting this out, wherever you're building your high-ticket group coaching program, a mastermind, hopefully, whatever you're doing to build that, think these things through and be very intentional. Don't be shy about your pricing. Intentionally be on the upper end of your pricing because you need to make this a sustainable model. And if you're really providing excellence and really delivering the goods, it's okay. It's okay. You're going to make them so much more money than they're ever going to pay you. And you're going to change their lives in so many more profound ways than they're ever going to pay you for. Charge what it's worth. You're also going to find one neat little trick. People who really know what things are worth and who are really willing to make significant transformations, they're willing to pay top dollar. What's up, Dr. Greg Lawrence? Good to see you, man. They're willing to pay top dollar. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody in your world is willing to pay top dollar. But it does mean that as people come into your world and go through the entire funnel process, and I don't mean just ads or organic outreach to a website, buying something from you. I mean people who are like already your customers. Some of them are going to buy low, some are going to buy mid, some are going to buy high. But you got to find the message and you got to find the people, and they will sort themselves out. And obviously, having a placement to sort that out is super important. So think through those high ticket offers. Matt, again, super good question. Really, really love that question. It's really important to get that right and to be very intentional about the process. One thing there, Matt, and I know your basic offer, Matt, and again, we'll talk more, I think, in the next few weeks. One thing about, for all of us, is being super focused about that offer. Be hyper focused and hyper vigilant about staying in a lane. That way you can really drill that offer in and find those people. When we're distracted and we have lots of things going on, lots of offers going on, lots of brands going on, lots of different directions we're going personally, or that our brand is taking on because we're going there in lots of different directions personally, that confuses the market. People don't look at you and be like, I'm so confused. Typically, they just look at what you're doing and be like, I don't get it. They just keep scrolling. It doesn't resonate. So make sure you're hyper focused. Do one thing. We teach experts how to build masterminds. That's it. That's what Group Coach Nation does. That's it. Think about that. It's so simple. We teach experts how to build masterminds. That's all we do. All of you can have something that's that dialed in that you can say and that you can actually deliver on. There you go. All right. You guys have a great one. Do the work to get the results. As always, do the work, get the results. You got it. Talk soon, guys. Ask your questions. We'll absolutely get you information back. That's what we do. Love it. We love to help. You can do this. Go change your life and change thousands of others at the same time. Talk soon.